We are champions
Interesting.
to be raised.
Interesting.
So we work closely with these organizations to make sure that, and when we bring you on board in sport, if you fail not to be at the peak, we don't let you go. There are other partnerships we are working with, other organizations like the African University of Science and Technology, where those who cannot make it to the top can get there, because age is something very, very challenging. So
Yeah,
you can't make it, but we don't let you go.
All
We
right.
believe that the youths of this country are very, very good when it comes to productivity, and sport is where everybody, for every 10 man, every 10 youth you see in the street, 8 are sport crazy.
Cousin, you heard that, and I'm going to see if we can justify that on live radio now. Let me conclude with one of the questions I've got, and then we give you an opportunity to participate. Looking ahead now, I'm seeing what AFSA would want to do, but let's hear from you. What initiatives or competition should residents of the FCT expect from the association this year, 2026? What is AFSA coming up with?
Our launching is coming up in 2 months from now.
Okay.
And we have already identified over 50 sporting associations.
Interesting.
And right here in the Federal Capital Territory, we are going to start what we call the Laga Sport Festival.
Okay.
The Gala Sport Festival is an opportunity where everyone will be part of it. Now, you know that it's just a small window to make it to the national team. But in the All Federal Capital Territory, we have a bigger parlor.
Okay.
Expecting everyone to be part of this. And we also have what we call the CCT, which is City Championship. The
right.
City Championship, you don't need to come from Akwanga, but
Okay.
you may have a cousin who lives in Akwanga. So you are qualified to fly the flag of Akwanga. So wherever you are, you compete, and finally you make it to Abuja, because Abuja is for all Nigerians. So the All FCT Sport Association is not exclusive to residents of the Federal Capital Territory, but this is our mother city.
Yes,
so
cousin.
wherever you are, you start playing. And guess what? In 2 weeks' time, we're going to launch what we call the Floodlight 5-a-sides.
Okay.
The Floodlight 5-a-side is after the hustle, the bubble, you come back home. In the evening, you sit down to enjoy. And you can only enjoy this when we have the support of the defense. They will be there to guarantee you the security. And then you will be playing this football like what is obtainable in Europe. Because Abuja is good city that we can have all this. Games like snooker that people play for leisure, it is no longer leisure because it's going to be highly competitive. Now I tell you, you look like one who can play the rolling game.
For real?
The rolling game is there. And
For
so
real?
you can be part of it.
Okay, interesting. I'm loving this already. Now, let's bring you in, cousin. It's the live radio broadcast, Morning Grill on Armed Forces Radio, 107.7 FM, here in the nation's capital, Abuja, Nigeria. We are discussing sports development and youth engagement with the Director General of the All Federal Capital Territory Sports Association, Agbo Clinton. Phone lines are now open, and we would like to hear from you. 0707 242 6258. Some cousin says, I want to be part of this. You're calling those numbers so fast. Take it slow and steady. 0707 242 6258. Do you think sports can help reduce youth unemployment and crime in Nigeria? That's one big question that I'm trying to roll out as you make your contributions, having with us the Director General of All Federal Capital Territory Sports Association in the building. Or would you want to speak? What sporting facilities exist in your community, and are they accessible to young people? Should military barracks and public institutions open their sport facilities to young people in surrounding communities? These are some questions that we wish, if you call us, you can take a look at answering them. Do you believe government is doing enough to support grassroots sports development in Nigeria? Apart from football, what other sports do you think Nigeria should invest more in? You just heard him. He said, I look like some guy that can play this one that he mentioned. Now, I'm hoping that for all parents listening, would you encourage your children to pursue sports professionally? What advice do you have for the All Federal Capital Territory Sport Association on discovering and nurturing sports talents across the FCT? These are some of the questions that I've rolled out and hoping that you could respond to by coming on 0707 242-6258. While he talked about sports in Nigeria, you have heard him said this current administration supports sport real good. So I'm thinking maybe you have a different perspective. You can reach us on 0707 242 6258, or you have a question to ask. Let's hear you come on that same number, 0707 242 6258. Now, I'm tempted to talk to you some more, because when we talk grassroots sport, somebody says that's where everything begins. But most of the times, we have always had issues. For instance, Nigeria is not going to the World Cup this 2026. And sometimes people have always criticized that as in respect to political influence, godfatherism, that there are good talents here in Nigeria, but you don't see them play. Those who have connections are the ones that are available. So I'd like you to talk to us. Are we doing enough when it comes to grassroots sports development? Would you think that everybody is given equal opportunity? Would what AFSA is about to do, would want to see that, okay, maybe that might change the narrative, but would some of the registered narratives we've had over time, do you think that government is doing enough? I'm tempted to pick this call before I get to you so that we hear what you have to tell us. Good morning, cousin.